Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. It's your boy Phil. So today, we are going to have some authentic Singapore street food at Urban Hawker, Midtown, Manhattan. So, what are we waiting for? Let's start the video. Hope you're having a great day, everyone. So today, we are going to eat at Urban Hawker at Midtown, Manhattan. Urban Hawker is one of the newest foodie stops to try in Midtown Manhattan or Times Square, which consists of 17 vendors serving authentic cuisines such as Malay, Peranakan, Chinese, Indian, Southeast Asian, and other Asian-style Western favorites, and much, much more. These represent the melting pot of what Singapore is in the culinary landscape. The term hawker originated from the early migrant population selling quick, affordable meals on street pavements in town squares and parks wherever they could set up their makeshift stalls. The multicultural diversity found in Singapore influenced their food so much that you can taste a blend of these unique cuisines in their food. Curated by KF Seetoh, founder of the World Street Food Congress and Makansutra, which regularly curates, organizes, and manages food-oriented activities like food safaris, car rallies, culinary bazaars, food festivals in Singapore. So for part 1 of this series, we are going to select a few stalls and we are going to try their food. So let's get eating. The first stall we're gonna try is Padi the NYC. Beef rendang is a Malaysian Indonesian beef stew made with beef, spices, and coconut milk. So for this portion, we have cubes of beef, which I'm not sure if it's brisket or short rib, a boiled egg, stir-fried vegetables which consist of carrots, mung bean sprouts, and kale, and these are all on top of fragrant, soft jasmine rice. The beef is very tender. I think it was cooked for a long time and the spices have infused into the meat. The different spices make this stew very aromatic and can include spice paste, chilies, cinnamon, cloves, star anise, garlic, onions, cardamom, and much more. So the recipe can vary from person to person. But at the base of its flavor, it is creamy because of the coconut milk and aromatic because of the spices and curry. The boiled egg was for extra protein and the stir-fried vegetables were half-cooked that gave them their crunchy texture. That kale was a welcome addition and was very crunchy as well. Next is Mr. Fried Rice and we are gonna order number 7 shrimp fried rice. This was very savory and delicious. At first, I thought they mixed bacon pieces, but it turns out they were dried aromatic shrimp. The rice had that smoky flavor because of the wok, and that shrimp gave it that savory, salty, aromatic seafood flavor. Real umami. And you can just add a few vegetables and it is a complete meal. Next is savory udon noodles. These are stir-fried udon noodles mixed with soy sauce and teriyaki sauce with some vegetables. The udon noodles were thick and chewy, and the sauce they used to stir-fry made this udon noodles very savory. Next is Mamak's Corner where we are gonna try their beef biryani. Beef biryani has almost the same profile as beef rendang and I think it's the Indian version of their beef rendang. The only difference that I notice is it is more creamy compared to the beef rendang, which is probably due to the addition of Greek yogurt or ghee in the cooking process. And the rice that they use here is basmati rice, a fragrant aromatic long grain rice. Like the beef rendang, the beef here was really tender, really creamy, savory, and very aromatic because of those different spices. And I think they added a small amount of butter to season the basmati rice, but in reality, you don't really need that much seasoning because the biryani sauce is enough to give taste to the entire dish. And you can really taste that tender, delicious beef in that savory, aromatic, and creamy biryani sauce. Next, we will eat one of Singapore's unofficial national dishes besides the black pepper crab, Singapore chili pepper crab. Mud crabs are originally used, but this time we are going to use Dungeness crabs. Fresh crab that is cut are stir-fried in a semi-thick, sweet and savory tomato chili-based sauce. And it is mixed with other spices such as garlic, shallots, gingers, chilies, and thickened with cornstarch or an egg. First, let's try it with a mantu or steamed buns. The buns were freshly baked, and they have an essence of butter and crab as well. So first, we are going to dip some of that bread into that chili sauce. The sauce is savory with a little bit of sweetness, and some of the spices that you can clearly taste are the garlic and the chilies. And they have the fluffy texture because of the thickening agents such as egg and cornstarch. To start this crab, we are going to the head fat or head butter, the tamale. And with the size of this Dungeness crab, it's definitely a lot. And you have to use your spoon to scrape all of that head fat from the shell. And that's real crab butter, full of that savory crab butter flavor. The tamale is so rich, savory, and buttery that you can spread it out in some bread or some rice. Now let's get to that sweet and succulent crab meat. First, let's go for the crab legs. And they will provide you with plastic gloves so you don't get your hands dirty. But as a suggestion, you really need to use your hands to get through all that meat in the shell. The Dungeness crab meat is sweet and succulent, and dipping it in the sauce adds more of that savory flavor to the bite. Now the legs of this Dungeness crab have lots of meat. So we cracked open their shell and extracted that sweet, succulent crab meat. And eventually, it's even better not to use those plastic gloves. Next is the crab shoulder. Now, when compared to the legs, this has definitely more meat from the Dungeness crab because of the shoulder joints of each leg, and this has definitely the most flavorful and succulent meat as a part of the crab. It's like having a crab lollipop where all you're eating is crab meat. You can also have that meat with some basmati rice. Next, we are going for some sandwiches at Ash's Burnett, and we are selecting number 5, Classic Roti John. Roti is a sandwich made with a baguette type of loaf with a fried filling of egg, minced meat, which can include chicken, sardine, or lamb, onions, served with tomato chili sauce and mayonnaise. The chopped meat has that delicious beef flavor. The onions and the sauce in the mayonnaise gives it that contrast to the rich meat. The baguette itself is very soft since they dipped it into the beaten egg and frying it whole in the frying pan until slightly toasted. This has almost the same flavor profile as Philly cheesesteak. The only difference is it is more aromatic because of the curry, the coriander, and some spices added to the sauce. This was definitely delicious for me. And last but definitely not least, we go for some dessert at Lady Wong. They have a bunch of desserts that I definitely want to try because it's my first time seeing them. So today, we are going to have some talam java, pandan serimuka, and last, pandan kaya kroffin. The first one is talam java, or ground up glutinous rice steamed and infused with pandan. Pandan is a type of herb that grows in Southeast Asia and is a taste that is described as a grassy vanilla with a hint of coconut. Mouthfeel is a dessert that is denser than jello and is not that sweet, which is what I like, and is perfect for tea and black coffee. You can taste that herby vanilla coconut flavor from the pandan. Next is pandan serimuka, or glutinous rice topped with pandan custard. This was more delicious than the first one because of the pandan custard, which has a creamy, milky, vanilla coconut flavor. And the best dessert that we had was definitely the last. The pandan kaya kroffin. It's described as a cruffin because it's a mixture of a muffin and a croissant. The bread was flaky, buttery, and airy, and the pandan custard inside was very creamy, buttery, and delicious. This was definitely better than a Boston cream donut or a custard-filled donut. The flaky and creamy layers of bread filled with that sweet, creamy pandan custard was definitely worth a try. The great thing about these pastries is they are not that sweet, and it has the perfect balance between sweetness and flavor. And we finish off our dessert with some honey oolong milk tea from Copulas. And that was a great meal indeed. Thank you for watching this video, and I really do hope that you enjoy it, and thank you for your continued support. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. See you later in the next video, guys. Take care.